Marcos. Good morning. Good morning. Please take the seats. Good morning. Let me just greet the members of the cabinet who are here with us and our host, Pasay City Mayor, Pasay City Mayor Guillermo, the Chief of Staff, and the commanders of different services, PNP Chief General Romel Balbil, Philippine Coast Guard Commandant, Ronnie here with Laban, and of course our good First Lady, fellow workers in government, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. Before I begin my formal departure statement, nais ko sana makapagbigay ng kaunting report sa taong bayan tungkol sa mga pangyayari sa pagdaan ng Typhoon Agon. Sa kasalukuyan, ang aming nakita ay tinamaan ang Region 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. At ang apektado ay 12,043 families, 26,726 persons. Tatlong airport at saka 28 na seaport ang naging non-operational dahil nga sa pagdaan ng bagyo. Sa kasalukuyan, 6 na lungsod at bayan ay nakaramdam ng tinatawag na power outage o brownout. At nagkaroon ng 13 flooding incidents at 3 rain-induced landslide. Ibig sabihin, bumagsak ang ulan at dahil doon bumuho ang lupa. Kagaya ng dati, lahat ng aming ginagawa in coordination, siyempre first responder lagi dyan ang ating mga LGU. Kaya as usual, they have brought all their energies together at the very first instance. At nasabayan naman, nasundan kaagad ng national government sa pamamagitan ng pagbigay ng assistance, of their rescue, search and rescue na ginawa. Ang DSWD ay nakapag-provide niya ng 1.35 million pesos worth of assistance at merong naka-standby fund na 607.9 million na kung sakali may mga kailangan tayo ay gagawin natin. Nakapaghanda rin tayo ng 841 search and rescue retrieval teams na nanggagaling sa AFP, sa Coast Guard at sa BFP. 465 transportation assets ang madi-deploy and 436 emergency telecommunications equipment ready for deployment. Dahil alam naman natin na ang hirap na makapagdala ng relief goods hanggat may communication tayo, kaya lagi natin inuuna yan. Kaya tuluyan pong ng assistance sa lahat ng mga naging biktima ng Typhoon Agon. And dahil ang kasunod naman talaga lagi dyan ay kaya naman ang DPWH at saka ang DOTR ay kailangan susunod na dyan sa first responder para maayos na kaagad ang mga nasira na infrastructure. Kaya yun lang po, sa kasalukuyan, patuloy pa rin ang ating search and rescue efforts, patuloy pa rin ang ating nakapaglagay tayo ng bago pa dumating yung bagyo, nakapaglagay na tayo sa ng mga relief goods na malapit dun sa area na ating inaasahan, nilandaan yung bagyo. Kaya naka-ready naman sila sa lahat. Kaya hanggat sa unang pagkakataon na makapasok ang ating mga pwersa, ating mga DSWD, ating Coast Guard, ating search and rescue, lahat na mga asset natin ay makapasok kagad ay nakahanda tayo mula pa nung dumating ng Pangulo. So, patuloy naman ang ating gagawin at hindi natin titigilan ito siyempre hanggang matapos ang ating pagtulong sa mga nasalanta, sa mga naging biktima dito sa ating mga area na tinamaan ng ating. So, that is the interim report. For now, we will keep you informed habang tumatagal at makita natin na pagdaan na agos at kung ano yung kailangan gawin doon sa mga naging biktima. Now, I would like to make my departure statement for the trip that I am embarking upon today. At the invitation of His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah Muizzuddin Waduhala, I will embark on a journey to Brunei Darussalam for a state visit. It's my first state visit to Brunei Darussalam, and it is part of my traditional tour of fellow ASEAN member states since I assumed the Philippine presidency 2 years ago. Brunei and the Philippines have enjoyed historically warm relations based on mutual respect and trust and confidence. Brunei has continuously been a reliable partner of the Philippines, and our countries have enjoyed extremely friendly relations since we established relations 40 years ago. Sa aking biyahe patungong Brunei, babaunin ko ang aking tungkulin at pangako na lalo pang palakasin at ang ating pagkakaibigan at pagtutulungan ng ating bansa sa ibang bansa kagaya ng Brunei Darussalam. And as soon as I arrive at Bandar Seri Begawan, I will be meeting with His Majesty Sultan Haji Hassan al-Bolkiah to review the progress of our bilateral cooperation, explore new mutually beneficial partnerships and collaborations aimed at achieving prosperity. We must now deepen the bonds of friendship between our two countries. We expect to conclude several agreements ranging from security to tourism and agriculture. Brunei has always been an important partner when it comes to defense cooperation with the Philippines. So during my trip, I will discuss with His Majesty ways for further cooperation with Brunei in ensuring the defense of our countries and of our region. As mentioned in my State of the Nation address last year, tourism continues to be an important economic engine of our group, employing at least 5 million of our kababayan. During this trip to Brunei, we will sign the Philippines-Brunei Darussalam MOU on tourism cooperation. And through this MOU, we hope to entice and attract Bruneian tourists to explore the Philippines. Brunei, despite having a relatively small population, it is the quality of tourism, not the quantity that counts. These are also among the key priorities born from the successful convening of the 3rd Philippines-Brunei Joint Commission for Bilateral Cooperation, which was held last August. I am confident that our partnership with Brunei in these important sectors will further bolster political, economic, and people-to-people ties. Tomorrow, I will engage the business communities in the Sultanate and highlight the Philippines as one of the fastest growing economies of Asia, best as a good choice for investment. I look forward to securing investments that will generate more jobs, contribute to poverty alleviation, and accelerate the economic transformation of our country. From there, I will proceed to Singapore, and I will deliver the keynote address for this year's Shangri-La Dialogue. The Shangri-La Dialogue is a very important dialogue because it is a dialogue about security and defense concerns amongst several foreign ministers, defense ministers, and I think that it is extremely timely that I attend and put forward articulate the Philippines' perspective and outlook on defense and diplomacy, while we continue to highlight the Philippines' commitment to a rules-based international order and constructive multilateralism amidst the current geopolitical challenges that we face in our region. My visit to Singapore is part of a series of high-level exchanges between Philippines and Singapore, which began at the start of the year. This year, The Philippines and Singapore are celebrating 55 years of diplomatic relations. And my visit is timely as I will also take the opportunity to invite the new Singaporean President and Prime Minister to visit the Philippines as a testament to our strengthening bonds. This is also very useful as they have just changed the leadership. The leadership has just shifted earlier this month, and it will be very, very good to begin immediately to start to strengthen our relations with the new leaders of Singapore. Ang ko po na sa aking pag-uwi dito ay may hatid kaming pasalubong na magandang balita mula sa aming pagbisita sa Brunei at sa Singapore. Maraming salamat po at magandang umaga po sa inyo.